Hey, are you struggling with fatigue, stubborn weight gain, brain fog, thinning hair, or even mood swings? Yet your doctor keeps saying that your labs and your thyroid looks fine. It's time to get to the truth. This is Dr. Ernst, and I'm inviting you to join me this Saturday at 10 a.m. for a powerful, life-changing masterclass, Thyroid Heal Thyself. You'll discover the 3 root causes of thyroid dysfunctions that your doctor has never tested for, why most thyroid labs are misleading, even blood work, and how you can naturally restore your energy, burn fat, and feel like yourself again without relying on endless prescriptions. And this is not a replay, guys. It's a live event. Spots are filling up fast. If you're tired of feeling ignored and you want real answer, this is your moment. Pick up your phone and text the word thyroid plus your name and email to 704-906-2094 before time runs out. That's thyroid plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Let's fix your thyroid together this Saturday at 10 a.m. Don't wait. Your healing starts now. That number again, 704-906-2094.
Would you like to experience a better night's sleep? Want to feel well rested and ready for your day? Discover an amazing solution with Celient Sleep Recovery. Our Celient Sleep Recovery products are made from a patented yarn embedded with a blend of 13 infrared active minerals. Celient technology never washes out. The benefits will last for their entire lifespan. Minerals reflect the body's own energy by using Celient infrared active technology, boosting your oxygen levels and improving circulation to reach REM sleep gracefully. Our customers love to comfortably sleep throughout the night because of Celient. We've conducted 9 independent clinical studies by well-respected scientific institutions and universities that prove the many positive effects Celient has on the body. Our technology is designed to help you achieve a refreshing sleep recovery. Get into bed to experience our smooth Celient Egyptian cotton blend sheets. Protect your mattress against the sands of time with our Celient mattress protectors. With our pillow protectors, you get the benefits of our recovery therapy. Explore new places and feel well rested throughout your journeys. Discover luxurious support that allows you to sleep in almost any position. Neck blankets are small and compact. You can bring them with you just about anywhere. Experience the foundation your body deserves. Start waking up refreshed and always ready for the day ahead. It's time to achieve the best sleep of your life to unlock your hidden potential. Start experiencing a better night's sleep with our Celient Sleep Recovery products today. Celient. Recycle your body's energy.
Beyond wine, we really care about health. The health of the planet and the health of each other. That's what inspired us to start this business. Our family of team members meets every morning for a group meditation, followed by an open gratitude session. We believe a sound mind with a focus on peace is the best instrument for change. Joint meditation is the cornerstone of our company culture, and it helps us remember what's important, spreading joy and love, just like our family growers. Our family is a collection of passionate, health-conscious individuals who love to laugh and enjoy each other's company. We eat seasonally, grow our own vegetables, cook together, and share wine. Our team is incredibly dedicated to our mission. Everything from sourcing the wines to answering service questions. Your natural wines are found and sourced around the world by our wine team. They taste every one, oversee their lab testing, and choose exactly which ones go in which box. If you order, your individual box will be packed by our incredibly hardworking fulfillment team. If you have any questions, your service requests will be handled by a wonderfully loving member experience family who only have one goal in mind, your 100% happiness. This video is put together by our talented media team, filmed and edited in-house, just like the rest of our artful media. From our unique creations to our printed lifestyle piece called A Matter of Taste. We put love into everything we do, and we hope to share it with you.
Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Hey, it's a show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, and where you get to be set free from your health problems. Hey, I'm Dr. Ernst, your host, and today we are talking about turning on your fat-burning switch, how to make weight loss effortless and easy using functional medicine. And sorry if I'm coming at you a little hot and excited today. This morning, we had our Thyroid Heal Thyself Masterclass. 750 local people online this morning learning how to balance their thyroid, boost their energy. And listen to this, it does have a lot to do with weight loss. Active thyroid hormone T3 physically binds to the cells of your receptors and says burn fat. It's one of the many approaches with functional medicine where we look to the root reason of why. Why are you not burning fat? Why are you not energized? Why is your hair not thick and lustrous? Why does your skin not look amazing? Why do you feel like you're falling apart, yet your labs look perfect according to medicine? If you're someone today tuning in and you're going like, oh man, that's what I want. Not only is today's show going to help you achieve that, but you can take an opportunity right now to text the word replay with your name and email to 704-906-2094. I am gifting away free access to the masterclass that was live this morning. It's going to show you the top 3 steps to turning on your thyroid. And you might be thinking to yourself, I don't have a thyroid problem. Like my doctor said, everything is perfect. That's the whole point of the masterclass. Conventional medicine has skewed the numbers to make it look like everything is generally fine, which is why most people say my labs look good, yet I still feel like I'm falling apart. We break down the functional methods of what the lab should be so that you can take a peek at the tests your doctors have run and find out, do you actually have a thyroid issue? And then use the masterclass techniques to turn on that power that you have inside of you. There's even some discounts on testing if you've never had the right tests. You can get all of it through the masterclass. Replay right now. Just text the word replay with your name and phone number to 704-906-2094. Oh, it was amazing this morning. And even my throat is a little bit hoarse from all the speaking I did this morning. So today, I pray that God lets my voice hold up because I have some information on to you today on why weight loss is so hard. And why diet and exercise are not the answer. And why there is internally, I'm pointing for those of you on our live stream, there is a switch inside of you that says store fat or burn fat. And most of you, just because I've been doing this long enough, are stuck in that store fat mode. And I know what you want. God, Dr. Ernst, if I could just flip that switch that would make my body burn fat. That's what we're talking about today, how to turn on that fat burning switch. And this isn't going to be, just so you guys know, another burn more calories pep talk or a lecture about eating less and exercising more. You've heard that, and chances are you've even tried it. And what I have seen is many people get very little limited amounts of success with that. Maybe 5 or 10 or even 15 pounds. But then you hit the plateau. Your clothes stop getting looser. The scale doesn't budge. Does it sound familiar? You feel like you're doing everything right. And then no matter what you do, you hit this wall. And it can be very discouraging. So the truth is, the way that most people are told to lose weight will set you up for failure before you even begin. And that's because, again, the conventional model of weight loss focuses on the wrong thing. It treats your body like a simple bank account. Calories in, calories out. And if weight loss was a mechanical process or math alone, then we would be doing really well with our weight. But your body's not a calculator. Literally, it's a biochemical lab. And inside of that lab, what calls the majority of the shots for your ability to lose weight are your hormones. And here's a big secret. I have a new ebook, Functional Approach to Weight Loss. Everything you need, and when I say everything, diet, recipes, the steps to turn on the fat burning switch, you're going to find inside this ebook something fascinating. We call it Chapter 2, the magic pill for weight loss, which isn't a pill, it's a technique that you need to turn on. 4-week done for you meal plans, 4-week done for you shopping lists, supportive recipes for the entire 4 weeks. My secret to losing 10 to 15 pounds in just 4 weeks. All of this is inside the Functional Approach to Weight Loss ebook. We're shifting gears now. For the next 4 weeks, I'm going to be teaching you how to burn fat, how to literally melt it off while you sleep. This is the ebook guide to get you started. Text the word weight loss plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. And as you know, if you've been a local listener or even an online podcaster or a streamer or somebody who checks us out in whatever method you're listening to us, every single month I host what are called masterclasses. 700, 800, 900 people online. My next one is on Saturday, the 13th of September. It's literally 4 weeks from today. And what are we going to do? We're going to bust through weight loss. We don't have to wait till the end of this year or until 2026 January resolutions. If you do this properly, I can take you from September into October and even November and crush some goals. I've had clients lose 40, 50, even 60 pounds doing this technique that I'm going to teach you today. So if you're even slightly interested in losing weight and feeling great and boosting your energy, text the word weight loss plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Ebook sent straight to you, registered for the masterclass so you can hop on. It's all yours free today. And here's the big secret that conventional weight loss programs are not telling you. The reason that you can't lose weight or that you can't get past those 15 pounds that you lost isn't because you're weak or lazy or you have a bad diet per se. It's because your body is hormonally programmed with that switch right there on my screen in the store fat mode. And instead of being in burn fat, it's in store fat. And until you recognize that it's hormonal programming, no amount of diet or exercise will give you lasting results. I'll give you an example. If your insulin is high, you could be a raw vegan and work out at CrossFit every day, and you're not going to lose weight. Insulin says store fat. If your cortisol is high, which it is for like 99% of Americans today, you can do everything you want. You could intermittent fast, you could keto, you could even carnivore. You'll lose a little bit, but you're not going to lose a lot because cortisol says burn fat. If your thyroid hormone, instead of being active T3, is high levels of reverse T3, we talked about this all during the masterclass this morning. A lot of individuals have what's called reverse T3 dominance. It's a hormone imbalance caused by liver congestion, which makes your thyroid hormone go inactive and become a metabolic brake. It slows everything down. It makes it so you physically can't burn fat. So it's about hormonal reprogramming. And listen, right now, the CDC says a staggering 73% of Americans are overweight. Guys, that's a lot. 7 out of 10. So what does this mean? It means if you're listening to me right now, you're going like, yep, I could lose weight. I could benefit from this. And it's free, literally free. 704-906-2094. Text the word weight loss, your name, your email, ebook's yours, masterclass is yours. Let's start planning as we shift into fall soon so that you can let all the weight fall off your body. This isn't just a few people that are making poor choices with their diet. It means that the average American, 7 out of 10 chance, is struggling with the same issue that you might be dealing with. And is weight loss a big industry in the U.S.? You bet. It's estimated that people spend upwards in the neighborhood of $70 billion, 70B with a billion alone in the United States. This is diets being sold, books, supplements, recipe packs, workouts, quick fixes. And again, if these things worked, we should be seeing that number in the last 5 or if not 10 years go from 73 to 63 to 53, etc. Which means that we're spending more money, but we're not getting any results. So the deeper truth, if you really want to know what it is, and I'm talking about this today, is that you're stuck in this mode that says store fat hormonally. You could also call it sugar burning mode. It's where your body has to choose. Do I burn fat for energy? That's what you want, right? I want to lose weight. If I could just get all this stubborn belly fat off, I want to lose weight. But your body's like, light switch is off for fat burning. Light switch is on for sugar burning. And we're really designed to burn two fuels for energy. We can burn sugar or we can burn fat. But years of processed carbohydrate consumptions, refined sugars being added, snacking throughout the day, all of this reprograms our metabolism to rely on sugar for energy. And if you're stuck in sugar burning mode, the fat stores that you have, you might as well think of them as being locked behind some massive steel door or like a cauldron vault within a bank. Your body will not touch that fat until the hormonal signals change and until the toxins come out of it. There it is. I let it out of the bag. It's real simple, guys. Your hormones have to say burn fat for energy, and there can't be any toxins inside the fat. Because if there were toxins in the fat and you burned it, you'd get sick. Your body is not stupid. It's smart. It's innately designed. It's created to say, I got all this fat and there's a lot of toxins in it. Sugar burn instead. Now, if you do this switch properly, you get your hormones balanced and you get your toxins taken care of, then your brain says, look at all this fat. I would prefer to burn that for energy because I get more satiety. I get more power. I get more energy out of fat than I do out of sugar. There's less metabolic waste. Fat is a clean burning fuel source when it's non-toxic. And then you start losing weight like crazy. So today I'm going to show you, why do so many people struggle with weight? Why diet and exercise is only going to get you 10 or 15 pounds. And then, watch this, I'm going to introduce you to the functional medicine approach, the top 5 steps you can do to ignite your metabolism now and turn on the fat burning switch. If you're going like, just give it to me now, Dr. Ernst, 704-906-2094, your name, your email, the word weight loss, text it straight over to us. Ebook is yours. It's all summarized inside of there, and you'll get the masterclass so we can physically take you hand by hand through this journey and show you how to do this right. Okay, why do so many people struggle with weight loss? First, if you've ever felt like you're doing everything right and you still can't lose weight, I know, right? It's what we've been told. Pick a better diet, work out harder, start getting up in the morning, run, do all these kind of things. If you want to hear me right, it is not your fault. You've been told that weight loss is an issue, but it's about, I'll call it, what you've been told is really incomplete. In many cases, everything you've been told is 100% wrong. You've been given a hammer to build a house, but nobody gave you the nails or the lumber or the blueprint. You've been told what to do, but not how to do it. So here's the step-by-step process. Number 1, most people think they're overweight because their metabolism has been hijacked. And the hijacker of this, of course, is years and years of dietary advice that's been misconstrued by conventional big food, big pharma, big government, whatever you want to talk about. High carbohydrate intake, hidden stressors, toxins, disrupted sleep. All of these are factors that will disrupt your hormones. And it's not going to disrupt willpower per se, but it disrupts hormones. And it's really the hormones that determine if your body stores fat or burns fat. So again, remember, you are a chemical messaging lab on the inside. If a hormone says do this and you have lots of it, your body's going to just respond and do it. One of the primary hormones is insulin. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, I thought insulin was like for diabetics. I don't have diabetes. I just have 25 pounds I want to lose. Well, gut check. Insulin is supposed to be on a fasting blood lab less than 5. And most people who are struggling to lose weight, 10, 15, 20, 25, etc. You won't be diagnosed as a diabetic till it's north of 30 because it means there's severe insulin resistance. But watch this. When you eat carbohydrates, your body breaks them down into glucose. And when sugar enters your bloodstream, immediately pancreas is secreted with an intent so that hormone says move the sugar into your cells for energy. But here's the catch. When you eat too many carbohydrates, like the classic, if you want to lose weight properly, you need to keep carbs way down, 10, 15, 20, 30 grams per day. When you eat too many carbohydrates too often, insulin signaling happens all the time. Insulin levels start to rise, and your body gets a very specific instruction: store fat. Don't burn it, store fat. This is why insulin is not just a diabetic hormone. It should, in my opinion, be relabeled fat storage hormone. So if you want to know why you're not losing weight, the first thing you should do is ask your primary physician or your functional physician or whoever's managing your blood. And guys, you do need someone to be looking at your blood regularly. Find out what your fasting insulin is. If it's 7, 9, 11, 14, 20, the higher it is, the more difficult it's going to be to lose weight. And guess what? We have to now recognize that high insulin starts to turn on what's called leptin resistance. Leptin is a hormone inside the fat cells of your body, and the purpose of them is to tell your brain, hey, you should stop eating right now. We have enough fat stored. We're good. No more hunger. But when your diet and lifestyle are highly inflammatory, which almost everybody has, your brain stops listening to leptin, and the result is what you probably have recognized. Even after you eat, you're still hungry. Even though you have enough energy stored as body fat, your body still craves food, thinking it doesn't have enough stored fat. I know this is nuts. Your brain actually goes, I don't see a lot of fat because I don't hear leptin. Leptin is a hormone that's designed by God to have your brain say, too much fat on this body, stop eating foods. Let the body naturally burn this fat. So when you develop leptin resistance, you can't physically burn fat. Add another layer to the equation, which is cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. It's supposed to give you these quick bursts of energy, like in an emergency. So if something were to, you've probably experienced this when you're driving, it's late at night, you're kind of tired and you sort of doze and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I almost died while driving. That bump of energy is cortisol. But when that kind of stress is chronic, it could be a job, it could be finances, it could be a relationship, it could be that you're working out too hard actually. Cortisol stays elevated, and again, it triggers your liver to release more sugar. That sugar bumps insulin. Insulin creates leptin resistance. Do you see how it's this huge catch-22? So we have insulin, we have leptin, we have cortisol, and then watch this. We have thyroid hormone. So just this morning, I did an entire masterclass, 700 plus people online learning that one of the primary reasons they're so tired and so not burning fat is a process known as reverse T3 dominance. Think of your thyroid as a thermostat for your metabolism. If your thyroid is underactive, then your metabolism slows down, your energy drops, and even subtle changes in this can cause you to start storing fat. Conventional medicine will often look at just a few markers, TSH, T4, and because their range is so wide, many times what happens is you actually have a thyroid hormone imbalance, but your lab says you don't because they're following standard conventional testing. So in functional medicine, what we do is we go way deep. We want to look at these hormones physically. We want to check their balances and help you to reestablish them using these 5 steps I'm going to reveal to you in a moment. But remember, we have to just go a little deeper. Like I got to crack into your skull and help you to realize like diet and exercise is going to maybe get you 10 pounds. But if you want to have that mountain move, that needle move, 15, 30, 50, you have to engage your fat burning switch. You have to get in there and say, hormones move, insulin down, leptin down, cortisol down, thyroid hormone T3 active up, reverse T3 down. But the only way to know this is you got to get some tests done and have somebody coach you and guide you through what to do. So let's talk about why usually we start and we get some good results when we diet and exercise, but then, it plateaus out and most of us get stuck. So yes, when you first start cutting, if you will, calories and carbohydrates, and you add some exercise, your body will respond. Usually, the first 5 or so pounds is basically water because what's happening is you're depleting the stored sugar. You haven't actually hit fat burning yet. So because most of us have been in such high sugar burning states, your liver will say, well, you know what? I'm going to store some sugar as well. It's called glycogen. And many of us have large glycogen stores in our liver. And your body's always watching. It's adapting to try to figure out what's going on. So if you continue to calorically restrict without addressing your hormones, your body's going to see that as like you going into a famine. It's going to lower your metabolic rate, conserve energy, increase your hunger hormones, and make fat storage more efficient. This is where it gets tricky. You can't work your way out of a hormonal imbalance. You can't diet your way out of a hormone imbalance. But it's the exact opposite of what you want, okay? So your body's way of protecting you from starvation is to say, turn the switch off, start storing fats. This is why crash diets almost always fail. Same thing with exercise. Movement is great, and I'm a big fan of exercise and working out, but you can't out-train a bad metabolism. A study published in the Current Biology Journal showed that bodies that adapt to high volumes of exercise will usually demand energy expenditures in other areas. In other words, extra calories you think you're burning during workouts don't give you a net gain. On top of that, if your primary fuel source is sugar, exercise can actually make you crave more sugar. So you'll finish a workout, you'll feel ravenous, and then it often leads you to overeat, usually with foods that will get you stuck into the sugar burning modes in the first place. So this is why I often say diet and exercise is important, but it's not the actual step. Step number one is fix the hormone environment so that your body's ready to burn fat. And step number two is let your body do it by itself. Yes, we can work out and things to that effect, but you don't have to push real hard. Functional medicine takes a massively different approach. Instead of just focusing on calories and workouts, again, we're going to ask a question like this. What is your body's hormonal environment doing right now? Are your hormones telling you to store fat or burn fat? If you're in sugar burning fat storage mode, then guess what? The answer is flip the switch. This means lowering insulin, restoring leptin, calming down cortisol, which usually means stop working out so hard, and optimizing your thyroid. One of the hormones in the groundbreaking studies that have been done is to show that if you lower insulin, lower cortisol, reactivate thyroid hormones, your body will innately start burning fat. And here's the best part. When you do it right, weight loss is not the primary focus. Your health becomes the focus, and the side effect is you lose weight. Patients often tell me, I'm eating satisfying meals. I'm not hungry all the time anymore. My weight's flying off. I went to sleep. I woke up. I was 2 pounds lighter. Like I slept the fat off. This is the power of your hormones working with you instead of against you. And you can get the steps directly how to kickstart this by downloading the Weight Loss Heal Thyself ebook. It's free. Just simply text the word weight loss plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. We'll zip it over to you today. You'll get access to the masterclass we're doing on weight loss on the 13th of September. And in this next segment, I'm going to show you now that we've learned what the issue is. Again, remember, you have to learn first, then apply. So segment 1, learn everything we just talked to you about. Segment 2, hit the ground running. 5 steps to functionally ignite your metabolism. This is why you should not tune out as this commercial break comes up. Literally, pen and paper in hand. It's about 4 or 5 minutes, and we're going to come in hot and heavy, the top 5 functional steps to ignite your metabolism. And when you do that, guess what happens? Your body starts burning fat, your energy starts going up, you start feeling great, your health starts improving. And this is the exact strategy that I use in our clinic every day. It's the exact strategy that's worked for thousands of patients. In fact, over the last 6 months or a year, we have this tracker of all of our patients. 6,800 pounds has flown off people in the local Charlotte area through the Cornerstone Health Center AskDrErnst network in just the last 12 months. 6,000 plus pounds. And how does that happen? We're not a diet clinic. We're not an exercise clinic. We're a functional medicine, integrative, holistic health center that will connect the dots between why your brain isn't signaling to your body burn fat, why your hormones are not signaling to your body to burn fat, and why the toxins found inside your fat cells are preventing the fat from burning, even if that switch gets turned on to fat burning. So don't go away. We'll be right back as we discuss those 5 steps. And again, 704-906-2094, your name, your email, the word weight loss. Ebook is yours. Masterclass on 13th. It's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. We'll be right back.
What if we told you coffee was good for you?
Coffee is the single highest source of antioxidants in the Western diet. More antioxidants than kale, more antioxidants than 70% dark chocolate, and more antioxidants than blueberries.
In fact, what if we told you that coffee is really good for you?
Research shows that 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day dramatically enhances performance in high-intensity exercise, improves memory, reaction times, and overall cognitive function, decreases risk of depression, promotes weight loss by boosting metabolic rates, reduces risk of type 2 diabetes up to 40%, decreases risk of liver cancer up to 71%, reduces risk of Parkinson's up to 30%, and decreases risk of Alzheimer's up to 65%. Overall, coffee drinkers live longer. People who drink 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day have about a 15% lower risk of premature mortality compared to people who don't drink coffee.
And what if we told you that the health benefits of coffee could actually be increased through conscious roasting, sourcing, and processing? Introducing Purity, a health-conscious coffee company. At Purity, we've brought together a world-class team to analyze every step in the production chain from cherry to cup. We make decisions with only one thing in mind: how can we make the healthiest coffee in the world? Here's our 3-step process. Step 1, we search the world for the highest quality organic green beans that meet our exacting standards. Way less than 1% of coffee worldwide fit our sourcing criteria. Step 2, we test, and test again to create a specific roasting protocol for each harvest that maximizes healthy compounds and minimizes toxins. Step 3, we nitrogen pack our coffee within 48 hours of roasting and deliver to your door every 2 weeks to ensure maximum freshness. The result is the ultimate coffee drinking experience. You'll not only taste the difference in our clean, healthy coffee, with Purity, you'll feel the difference.
Our coffee club members report a bright, alert lift with less jitters than regular coffee and much more gentle on the stomach.
Sign up for Purity today, and you'll never have to worry about your source for healthy coffee again.
Wine is a fermented beverage that has been enjoyed by humanity for over 8,000 years. Our ancestors believed in its magical healing powers. Wine has been a well-studied part of our history, but recently it's changed. The wines sold today in most stores and restaurants are not the same wines enjoyed by our ancestors. Today, wine is a highly processed, factory-made product filled with toxins and industrial additives. The grapes are farmed with machines and heavy pesticide use, and the marketing is misleading and dishonest. Wines free from this human intervention still exist. They're called natural wines. These wines are a return to the old way of making and enjoying wine. Free from commercial additives, high sugar, and heavy alcohol content, these wines are a beautiful expression of nature. They're also extremely rare. Less than 1% of the world's wines are grown to this standard. They're made in hyper-small quantities by family farmers who work by hand using ancient practices. This is the kind of wine that derive from wine sources. We search the globe looking for pure natural wines, carefully nurtured by family growers who work with nature, and we take it a step further, sourcing wines that meet our strict criteria for farming, purity, and taste. We only work with organically grown wines, farmed without irrigation and without heavy machinery. Grapes are hand-picked and then fermented using native wild yeast, not the industry standard GMO yeasts. Our wines are pure, lab-tested by an independent enologist for metrics including alcohol and sugar. They also taste extraordinary, bright, fresh, and full of life. They jump out of the glass because they aren't sterilized or heavily processed.
Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Welcome back. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Hey, it's a show where pounds are shed. We're talking about all that today, turning on your fat-burning switch so you can lose a tremendous amount of weight. It's a show where disease is dead. And it's a show where you can be set free from your health problems when you become your own doctor. We are deep into a conversation today, if you're just tuning in, on why is it that so many of us struggle to lose weight? Why is it that according to the CDC and the government and the powers to be that 73% of Americans, did you hear that? 73. That's 7.3 people out of every 10. Like 73% of us need to lose north of 25 pounds in order to have healthy, functional weight. And we discussed the concept that it's not the fact that you're doing the wrong diet. In fact, technically, you can pick any diet you want as long as you balance your hormones, you turn on your fat-burning switch, and you get the toxins out of your fat cells. Any diet you do will work. We also discussed this concept that many people are thinking, if I could just exercise harder, I would lose more weight. But the research shows that sometimes the harder you work out, the more cortisol, stress hormone, you release, which impacts the amount of sugar that your liver releases, which impacts the amount of insulin you secrete, which impacts your leptin, which is a hormone that regulates the amount of fat you store. So guys, there is what's known as leptin resistance. It's legitimate. You can Google it. It's probably the number one reason you're struggling to lose weight right now. Leptin is a hormone that should be secreted by fat cells that tells your brain, we have enough fat on us. Stop eating foods that will turn into fat. Stop hormonally shifting my metabolism to store fat. What happens, however, is because of chronic inflammation, usually elevations in insulin and cortisol and everything else we just discussed, our brain stops listening to leptin. We become resistant to it in a similar fashion of type 2 diabetes where insulin becomes resistant. If your brain becomes resistant to leptin, your brain doesn't see all the fat. It thinks that you're actually starving, so it makes you hungry all the time, craving foods that will easily turn into fat because, again, your body is this massive biochemical communicating system. And if this is happening, if you have high levels of leptin, high levels of insulin, high levels of cortisol, no amount of cardio, long distance running, sit-ups, push-ups, no amount of your special gym workouts that you do, and no amount of crazy dieting, even if you do massively restrictive diets, will make you lose the weight that you need. So we discussed that the real roadblock is not laziness or lack of willpower. It is your hormones. And we've been giving away this ebook. My God, like we had probably a world record, 146 texts within the last 25 minutes. That's impressive, guys. Take a moment right now and text your name, your email, and the word weight loss to 704-906-2094. I have for you the polished, newest edition of A Functional Approach to Weight Loss. It's an ebook that has everything you need inside of it. I'll give it to you like this. Chapter 1, why their way isn't the way. We talked about that during the first episode. If you missed it, wait till the podcast hits, download it. You can go to iTunes, Spotify, Amazon. Just type in Ask Dr. Ernst. Chapter 2, the magic pill for weight loss, which isn't a pill. It's a process. Step number 3, my secret methods to losing 10 to 15 pounds in just 4 weeks. Chapter 4, a 4-week done-for-you meal plan. Now, this isn't a diet. This is a food system that encourages that switch to be turned on by balancing your hormones. A 4-week done-for-you shopping list so that you know exactly what you need to get. And supportive recipes for those meal plans for those 4 weeks so you have an entire month's worth of do this and you should lose north of 15 pounds without doing the crazy exercise. I mean, how cool is that? It's absolutely free. The texts are flying in again, so it's 704-597. I'm sorry, that's my clinic line. 704-906-2094. That's the text line. Again, we just need your name, your email, the word weight loss, and boom, it's sent to you. And in roughly about a month or so from today, Saturday, September 13th, I'm hosting the masterclass on weight loss. It's going to show you how to accomplish everything you want. If you're looking to do 20, 30, 40, we're going to go deep into how do you balance all the hormones? How do you get everything back on track again? What are the tests you need to get so that you can figure out the answers and know exactly the next steps? We also talked recently on this show about the fact that insulin, leptin, and cortisol and thyroid hormones are the gatekeepers. I'm going to list them again. You must know insulin, leptin, cortisol, and thyroid. If you really want to truly lose weight, if these hormones are out of balance, your metabolism is going to default to the store fat switch no matter how many salads you eat or how many miles you run or walk or swim or however you do it. We talked about the fact that most Americans are stuck in what's called sugar burning mode. You're constantly feeding your body, even healthy carbohydrates. But the hormones are going to say, turn that into fat, store it, and keep it locked and untouched. And until you reprogram your metabolism, burning fat is almost impossible. You'll be dependent upon frequent meals and constant snackings just to keep your energy up. So now, as I mentioned, it's time to get practical. This is where functional medicine starts to shine. Instead of just telling you, hey, eat less and work out more, I'm going to show you how to change the entire playing field of your metabolism. I'm going to walk you through 5 functional steps to ignite the metabolic fire inside your body. These steps are the difference between fighting and finally working. And it begins with step number 0. Step number 0, download the functional approach to weight loss. It has everything you need to kickstart these 5 steps inside of it. It's free right now. Text the word weight loss plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. I'm going to be blunt. When I get on the airways and I start saying hey, I'm going to show you how to lose weight, man, the texts are just going to fly in as I see them happening right now. Don't miss this opportunity. 704-906-2094. You have nothing to spend. There's no cost. It's just an implementation guide sent to you for free. And then you need to carve out some time on the 13th of September so we can physically take it step by step by step. I'd like to see you hopefully hop up on that masterclass and go, Dr. Ernst, I've already lost 15 pounds. My goal is 40. Let the masterclass, let me take it the rest of the way. So step 0, download the Functional Heal Thyself ebook. Step number 1, we have to get your insulin levels down. And one of the easiest ways to do this for free is to begin fasting. The first and most powerful step in lowering insulin, because insulin will shift you into fat storage if it's high insulin keeps fat locked away. So if you want to burn fat, you have to bring your insulin levels down. And the most effective way to start it is with levels of fasting. You could do intermittent fasting. You could do a longer term block fast, a 2 or 3 or 4 day fast. Intermittent fasting is not about starvation. It simply creates a window of time where you're not eating certain foods so that your body can burn fat and rely on it instead of storing it for energy. And if you think about it, this is how a lot of our ancestors lived for thousands of years before the convenience of A, refrigeration, B, thank you for texting in, whoever that was, B, the 24/7 storage access of foods. Do you guys realize that at any moment, at any time, you can go out and get food? And we can even buy things today that wouldn't be available during this season because we import food from other countries so that we can have blueberries 24/7, strawberries whenever you want, peaches and pears and nectarines, even certain vegetables. We can get whatever we want whenever we want it. And refrigeration allows us to store it so that we don't just have to eat it when we got it. So think back 1,400 years ago. You would eat something if you were lucky enough to have caught it, cleaned it, and cooked it. and you didn't have the ability to store it, so you just ate all of it, and you waited periods of time until you got your next meal. People back 500, 700, 1,000 years ago didn't have 6 meals a day. They ate when things were available. Listen to this. Research in the New English Journal of Medicine shows that intermittent fasting not only lowers insulin, but it can also improve your blood sugars, lower inflammation, decrease cortisol, activate your thyroid hormones, help to improve leptin resistance, and trigger something called autophagy, which is a biochemical state. It's where your body says, I'm going to clean out damaged cells and regenerate new healthy cells in its place. The bonus switch gets turned to fat burning modes as long as you stay within the eating windows, and it works. So we usually recommend that most people start light. 16 hours of fasting, 8 when you sleep, easy. You've been doing it since the day you were born. 8 when you're awake, little harder for some of you. And then 8 to eat. So for example, you might finish dinner at 7 p.m., skip breakfast the next morning, and start your first meal at 11 a.m., and that gives you the entirety of those 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating. This gives your body time to process previous meals, lower insulin, and start tapping into fat storages. The magic of intermittent fasting is that this style is not technically a diet. It's more a when you eat your foods. So you don't even technically, it would be better if you eat real good healthy foods, but you could stick with whatever your current diet is and just intermittent fast. The magic of it again is that it works with your hormones. When insulin drops, your body will start to switch into a fat burning stage because it uses fat for fuel. At the same time, studies have shown that human growth hormone starts to rise, which will help you build muscles and not lose bone and muscle. This is why people who use intermittent fasting often tend to lose fat and tone their body. In my clinic specifically, I've seen patients lose stubborn belly fat that they've carried around for years. Once your body adapts and this fasting starts to feel more normal, what you'll find is you won't be hungry in your fasting windows. We've heard this over and over and over again from patients. I didn't think I could do this, but I'm a month or two into it. Now it's a lot easier. In fact, I don't feel hungry in the morning. When you stop feeling hungry, your energy goes up because you're no longer controlled by cravings. And if you've ever done intermittent fasting, you've seen the power of it. Push your breakfast back, pair it with a clean, nutrient-dense meal, increase your fasting windows, decrease your eating windows over time, and you'll be amazed at how fast your body starts to burn fat. It works. And again, intermittent fasting with diet-supported recipes, meal plans, and packs are in the Functional Approach to Weight Loss ebook that I'm giving away for free. Simply text your name, your email, the word weight loss to 704-906-2094. That's it. It's that simple, guys. Okay, step number 2. Start eating in sync with your hormones. This is going to be a unique one for some of you. The second step means to align what you eat with the natural rhythm of your hormones. Your body operates on what's called a circadian rhythm. Think of it as like a built-in 24-hour clock that influences everything from the ability for you to sleep to your digestion and even your fat storage. When you eat in harmony with your circadian rhythm, you will optimize hormone balances and enhance your metabolic function. This is something relatively new. I haven't taught this that much before, so now's the time to sort of like start taking ferocious notes. Cortisol normally peaks in the morning to help you wake up. So if you flood your body with sugar and refined carbohydrates as your first morning meal, which again is crazy to think of because big food says to do that. Cereals and toasts and juice and yogurts and fruit for breakfast, right? Your classic breakfasts. Well, then what you're doing is you're now doubling your cortisol spike. and you're triggering a huge release of insulin. That right there, just so you know, is the perfect recipe for a mid-morning crash and an increase in fat storage. So instead, give your body the time it needs in the morning to ride the natural cortisol wave. It's normal. Everybody's cortisol goes up when they wake up in the morning. The reason that intermittent fasting pairs so well with circadian eating is it lets those cortisol levels kind of drop down until the latter part of the morning, and then we can start eating. So listen to this. Research in the journal Appetite, this is a fun one, found that eating earlier in the day makes weight loss outcomes difficult, especially for overweight individuals. Eating late at night, on the other hand, so if you do it like after dinner, that disrupts leptin signaling and increases fat storage. So the perfect time to eat is based on your hormonal cycle. Everyone secretes cortisol at high levels when we wake up in the morning, and it usually takes until about 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock before cortisol starts coming down. So this is why we typically say your first meal of the day should be at 11 or 12 a.m. waiting. 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. Okay, another hormonal player in result of your weight loss is melatonin, which is your sleep hormone. Melatonin starts to rise in the evening to help your body get ready for sleep. So eating during that after 10 o'clock block can disrupt your sleep cycles and also interfere with insulin sensitivity. This is why late night snacking is like a double hit. Not only does it mess up your sleep, but it messes up your sugars, which will make your cortisol worse, which will cause other issues. So we encourage our patients to have their last meals no later than 3 hours before you go to bed. So if you're somebody who likes to go to bed at 11, you can do it. 10, 9, 8, you have to stop by 8. Why is this important? Well, it helps insulin to drop before you go to bed, which sets you up for fat burning when you sleep. So if you combine what we just mentioned, this hormonal style of eating, recognizing cortisol is high in the morning, don't eat carbohydrate-laden foods for breakfast. If you're somebody who you're like, but I have to eat something, like I just can't survive going till 11 or 12 o'clock, proteins and fats only for your first meal of the day. Keep your carbohydrates to almost zero. And again, remember, eating in sync with your hormones isn't necessarily about eating less. It's about eating smarter, the right times. By respecting your body's natural rhythms, you create an environment where fat loss can happen more easily and more consistently. So that's step number 2. Now, step number 3, switch to higher quality fats and good quality proteins. So if you really want to burn fat, you have to give your body the fats that it needs to burn. So step 3 is about changing your oil, like do an oil change on your body, the oils and the fats that you eat. Most people fear fat because they think it's going to clog their arteries and make you fat. By the way, that is outdated science. The real culprits in heart disease and obesity is processed carbohydrates, sugars, inflammatory seed oils, not necessarily clean, healthy fats. So when you eat really high quality fats, like those found in avocados and grass-finished beef, wild-caught salmon, pasture-raised eggs, extra virgin olive oils and coconut oils and beef tallows, like you guys, we can just go down the list, grass-fed butter, like there's so many healthy fats. You're giving your body the raw materials it needs to make ketones. And here's the unique thing about ketones. Ketones are the energy molecule that your body uses from burning fat. Ketones themselves are clean. They're a very stable fuel. Your brain can use them. Your muscles can use them. Your cells can use them. But most people, if you were to prick your finger and find out how many ketones are in your blood, are at 0. And so guess what happens? If you're not producing ketones, you're not burning fat. That tells us you're stuck in the store fat mode, burning carbohydrates for energy. Protein and fat intake is important. Too little protein can slow down your metabolism. And this is what most people do. They're not eating enough. Too much protein can also swing you the other way. A 2020 study published in the British Medical Journal compared low-carb, high-fat diets, watch this, to low-fat diets for weight loss. And the result, low-carb, high-fat consistently led to greater fat loss, better triglycerides, better cholesterols, and overall better metabolic health. Guys, that's 2020. They're saying eat lots of healthy fats and not a lot of carbohydrates. Step number 4, detox your mitochondria. This is a huge one. Your mitochondria are the physical power plants of your cells. They convert fuel into energy. If they're gummed up with toxins, usually because of pesticides or plastics or heavy metals or processed food additives, your engine runs very slow and inefficient. Think of it as like your miles per glucose is dropping. When you bought your car, it got 50 miles to the gallon. You have it now today, it's getting 10. And you got to go, I got to clean out the engine. Toxins create oxidative stress, which damages the mitochondria and makes them less effective. That means that if you're eating right, your body could still struggle to burn fat because you need to detox. And we're not talking about juice cleanses. We're talking about targeted support to your organs that eliminate waste, your liver, your kidneys, your lymphatic system, even your gut. There are specific nutrients that can help you to enhance this. N-acetylcysteine, or what's known as NAC. It upregulates glutathione and it helps to flush toxins from your liver. Alpha-lipoic acid can flush toxins from your brain. Glutathione directly is what we need as a master antioxidant for detoxification. And CoQ10 supports mitochondrial function and repair. And guess what? The majority of people we work with are deficient in all of those. Research from the journal Cell Metabolism shows that if you improve mitochondrial function, you can increase metabolic flexibility, which means you can easily go in and out of fat-burning, fat storage. You don't get stuck. This is why detox is so crucial for weight loss. Step number 5, we need to move intentionally. Our exercise has to be with intention. It is about exercise, but not the way you've been taught. Most people think that you have to do a tremendous amount of cardio to lose more weight. The truth is, lots of cardio can actually raise your cortisol, make you hungry, and lead to muscle loss. So the key is intentional, strategic workouts. This is where this wave of like HIIT or high intensity interval training workouts are very effective. Short bursts of intense effort with periods of low activity. And listen to this. The journal Obesity shows that high intensity workouts burn more fat in less time than steady state cardiovascular exercise. What does that mean? Well, 30 minutes of HIIT equals 3 hours plus of cardiovascular workouts. Resistance training is equally as important. Muscles will metabolically become active and they burn fat. The more muscle you have, the higher your resting metabolic rate. So doing simple things like lifting weights, using resistance bands, or doing body exercise weights that are basically free, push-ups and squats and jumping jacks, can help you to build muscle while losing fat. So movement throughout the day is also important. If we sit for long periods of time, then it slows your metabolism. So set an alarm on your phone or your watch. Just get up and stretch and bend and move. Even light exercises like just simply tapping your calves up and down, bouncing like I am on this video to create lymphatic movement, keeps your metabolism engaged. So if you combine intentional strength training with the occasional HIIT workout, with regular low intensity exercise, you will get the effect of these 5 powerhouses. So again, remember, functional medicine says it's not about laziness. It's not about the fact you're not eating right. It's about the fact that you need to engage, number 1, your hormones, lower your insulin. Number 2, eat in sync with your hormones. No high sugary carbohydrate breakfast in the morning and stop eating 3 hours before you go to sleep. Number 3, switch to high quality fats and good clean proteins. Number 4, detox your mitochondria. Number 5, move with intention, not just exercise. They're all laid out for you in the Weight Loss Heal Thyself ebook with steps and guides and recipes and meal plans and shopping lists, like we did all the hard work for you. Simply text your name and your email to 704-906-2094 with the word weight loss, and it's yours free. Thanks for tuning in today. As we explore the next couple weeks, we're going to dive into different steps for functional weight loss. Today was just the icing on the cake. I gave you 5 steps. I give you the free ebooks. We're going to go really deep in the next couple weeks. Thanks for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys each and every Saturday, 3 p.m. right here at News Talk 1110 WBT. Until next week. Bye-bye.